Good morning. It's April 24th, Friday, right? Yeah, 2026. It's about 7 in the morning. I put in a garden bed last 2 days. Yesterday and this morning, both. I'm sore. My muscles hurt in places that haven't hurt for about a year. They don't hurt. They're just, that overuse soreness. It's actually pretty nice to feel sometimes. I like it. I over analyzed all of that. The digging out the sod, or oh, is this a dumb thing to do? People are going to say something because I took a shovel to the ground, or, it's not really the right way to go. Is it more work than I even need to be doing? I didn't have enough cardboard to cover the area. I mean, I have a few sheets, but that's kind of a hot commodity around here. It's precious to me, I like the cardboard I have, so I'm not going to go out and buy cardboard, Anyway, so, I'm over here, I overthink it all the time. All the time. That's a prison. But sooner or later I arrive to, who cares? Like, who cares? It's kind of like coming out here on the YouTubes and making an ass out of myself. Am I going to be stupid? Am I going to sound stupid? Am I going to, do I look the worst ever? I'm really highly anxious about my appearance 90% of the time. There's nothing I can do about it. So, I don't know, for lack of a better phrase, it's radical acceptance. And I don't like, Pinterest board phrases generally, but that one I'm willing to take on, just accept that I'm a hot mess and it's fine. It's what makes me me, right? Sorry, the garbage dudes are out there. Shh. There are still people in bed. You're being rude. Sorry. Well. See, and they're just there. I overanalyze the whole, oh, should I have said sorry? I know, because we're all so damn sorry all the time. Especially us ladies, we're always apologizing for everything, but it's like I don't know. I apologize. My dog was barking in the middle of the thing. Yeah, last night I had posted a short. And because my body is beat up and sore, well, because it's a day, I had a gummy or two. And I was kind of on this rabbit hole thought process about using that ChatGPT as an interior designer, or just to, like, what do you, I don't know. And then I posted a quick follow-up, but I didn't. This could be an entirely new audience, and maybe I should backfill and let everybody know what the hell I'm talking about. I didn't. I just kind of went into it, and that's probably a lot of confusion for other people who were new to the conversation. And, so then oh, dear God, I must just look stupid and ridiculous. That's fine. I decided, that's fine. That's good. I'm not a big fan of the whole AI thing. Here's my thing. At any given point, I could ask an artificial intelligence app to play me a song I want to hear right now. And I'm pretty certain that it's going to get it wrong most of the time. Because at any given moment, it's not going to know. It might get some general idea. Okay, this is the music genre that I generally listen to, but that changes, right? Or maybe I've heard that song enough. That's not the one I'm looking for. Or maybe it's some random song that I heard when I was a kid and I can't quite, you know what I mean? And I'm humming it to myself. again, I'm on a weird-ass tangent, aren't I? That's okay. That's okay. We're all very complicated and messy, and I think that's, that's the humanness part of us. And it's okay to be complicated and messy. Just don't cause any harm to other people. Those people aren't complicated or messy. I mean, messy. No, they're usually very simple and just violent. Just simple. That's very simple, being that way. I don't know, how are you doing? I'm all right. Have you seen the lettuce? That lettuce, I seeded in that ice cream pail in January. I should eat it. It's about to bolt. There's a hard stem in the center. I think it wants to flower somewhere, but I have eaten a few leaves off of it. Tastes like nothing, really. There's not much to it. It wasn't grown out in the open sun with fresh rain or anything like that, so it's limited. But it made me happy, so yeah, I don't know. I worry often a lot, right? Like when I post a video that my listener, viewer can't follow my thought process. That's been a thing for me my whole life. I write something and make huge mental leaps and assume that the writer or the listener is in the same space with me, right? But I have to describe it. So I'm not always the best at that, but I am aware of it, you know what I mean? At least. So weather was hairy last night, yesterday. I feel bad for folks if you were in the way. I hope you're safe and you're okay. That's complicated and messy, and people want a very simple answer and a fast, quick one for that. It isn't weather manipulation. I wish it was that easy. That there's just somebody out there, some elves or fairies with a weather machine, and they're just making it impossible to live on the ground. We've heated the whole place up. And that's why. And it not just, fossil fuels are a big part of it, certainly, because they're in everything. Gosh, it was a while ago. I had this thought, man. We're all just running on plastic made out of petroleum, right? We're all just, like, the whole world is just running on petroleum. The fertilizer, the plastics, the plastic card you use to swipe to pay for everything, just it's plastic. It's all. So there's damaging effects more than just turning your car on, I guess is what I'm saying, right? Plus, the ground's been plowed over so many times it dries out, and the winds blow. It's like the dirty 30s, man. That was a man-made catastrophe. Because a bunch of wealth hoarders were investing in wheat as a commodity, and because it got very, it was pulling in a nice price because Europe, which was the breadbasket of the world at the time, had been decimated by the First World War. So all the fields are shot. So the investor group over here, they're like, we should plant wheat everywhere. We should pay these poor tenant sharecropper farmer people or make them leverage their land until, they're in debt. And just turn over every square scrap of land and grow some wheat. We'll make a lot of money. And then all the topsoil blew off and blew away. It was devastating. But the drought in and of itself, right? There could have been a potential for just a normal average drought, like a drier year. But the monoculture and the tearing up the ground and the trees actually makes that drought happen and faster. It's arid, especially in the interior of the country where there aren't great big bodies of water, right? Like the rain falls out of the sky, the water table business, it comes out of some big body of water, you know, it evaporates into the air and then it falls back down on the ground. Well, you need some sort of green vegetation that, what is that? It's not, is it perspiration or aspirate? It doesn't matter. When the green sort of sweats and gives off the water. And if you get rid of all the green in the interior, there's nothing there to make it rain. I'm oversimplifying the science, but that's it. And then you add into that, we've paved every last thing. There's concrete buildings everywhere. It heats up. You know, I can see it on our weather radar. We used to think it was just this, I mean, don't get me wrong, we live kind of in a river valley, and so for some reason, like a big storm will come and sometimes it'll sort of bypass my little town and it'll go out and it'll hit the other one 300 miles, like 100 miles away. It's like 3-hour drive. It's been a while. I can't remember how far away it is. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that might have been due to geography, but anymore, if there is a fairly decent-sized rain front coming in, we'll think, okay, we're gonna get some rain. And then it just sort of dries up over the town. And then but it's raining everywhere else. It's the concrete. I'm worried it's just making everything evaporate in the air. And water doesn't come down. I don't know. There's a lot of thoughts in one little morning chat. I'm sort of all over the place. But you know, that's being a human being. You're kind of thinking about all the things all the time. That everything, everywhere, all at once. And how it's all connected. It's all connected. Can you please stop barking? You know, if I was just doing something else, I don't think he'd care about the garbage man. He gets a little squirrely. I don't know. Like when I'm, I don't know, doing something different than I normally do. Like I'm sitting here talking to nobody in the room. So maybe he's just a little spun out by that. Yeah, okay. So where was I? Who knows, right? I did put some potatoes in the ground, which it's a little chilly. Like the daytime highs are fine. It's the overnight, it still drops below freezing. It's only gonna do that about one time this week, and I'm hoping that because they're in the ground, it's fine. I don't know, if I jump the gun, I suppose I can always plant some more. I have more. I had bought enough seed potatoes for my place and my in-laws and anybody else who, you know what I mean? I'll find space. I'll make sure they're all in the ground. But the lettuce, the canna, the Tradescantia, the wandering dude, I'm gonna take that out and bust him in half in a few weeks, and I'll stick him out in a planter. I'm really excited for the ability to take down this little greenhouse here I have behind me and put everybody outside so I don't have to be, you know, walking around plants all the time. I like them, but, you know, what I have some tomatoes and peppers in there. There's some way up top that are doing much better. Those are tomatoes that are in there longer. Planted some zinnias. They're in the ice cream pail. Boy, those go fast. They're nice flowers to have. They'll keep going. Dad had them, though. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a ramble thought, huh? Or 14 minutes of just... I guess, here's my point. So I decided I might look ridiculous. People might not be able to fully understand me all of the time. And that's okay. It's completely okay. Why not? And then what happens? Oh no. You know what I mean? Like, what, am I gonna get in trouble? It's fine. So just being a goofball. Today, since the bed is done and my muscles are tired, And it's colder today because the cold front came in. It was really warm, but now it's not. I think it'll be maybe 55, in the 40s, which, forgive me, Celsius viewers, let's say, what, 20? No, that's got to be 60 degrees. 15 Celsius? I'm throwing darts at this point, and I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up. But cooler, and it's going to be that way over the weekend and then probably the rest of April. So I'm just going to kind of sit back and rest for the day, I think. You know, just kind of take it easy. Listen to the birds. Just watch. The wind died down. That's nice. That's nice. Yeah. That's about it. That's just a goofy ramble. I'm glad you're here. And you know what? If you are a goofy, jumbled, complicated mess such as myself, man, I'm happy to have you. I'm glad you're here. Anyway, you have a good day.